Yeah, all effects died. Oh. Hello and welcome to another MrBetaByte video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as it's part 2 of the Sony SL-HF100. Worse than the first one we had from Xavier? We'll see. It is on. You can just about make out the clock, but you'll remember we sort of left it on a bit of a cliffhanger in part 1 insofar as the head drum motor was struggling, and then it stopped, and we all know what that is. It's a Hall effect. But I'm just wondering, if I give it a clean, what will happen? Have I caught it quickly enough? I just feel that once it goes, it's gone. And that labouring sound is the clue that it is sort of on the way out. You know, you're getting that leakage through the glue between the legs. It's labouring the Hall effect until it pops it, and then it stops. So, but having said that, I remember once before I did actually clean the glue off, and it fixed it. So yeah, I just wonder if maybe if you keep trying it, and you know, it's obviously leaked, it will pop it then, but we'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to take the bottom off, and I'm going to show it. Take the bottom off, and we'll have a look, clean that glue off, and see if it does actually do the trick. Let's crack on. So first time seeing what's underneath with the base off, and it's actually not that bad. I thought it was going to be really dusty and mucky, but it's not too bad at all. But one thing I do notice, we're missing a foot, and I don't think I've got any left. I've got through quite a lot of these. They do get sort of yanked off. But my thinking is, and it's quite important that there is good airflow, especially around this area, I'm going to move this one to there. This one's a bit of an odd one in a way, but yeah, as long as all four corners have a foot, I don't see there's a problem. So I'll do that, and then we'll lift this board and clean off the glue. Let's crack on. Oh, so this is interesting. Somebody's already cleaned it, but done a terrible job. So I'm going to try my luck, but I'm not holding my breath on this one. Well, on the camera, it sort of looks like there's still quite a bit of glue there, but it is actually clean. Well, between the legs is clean. So I suppose you ought to give it a try. I'm not holding my breath on this one. Here goes. Let's power back on. Turn it on. Place your bets now. That's worked. So I got away with it, I think literally because I turned it off straight away. The head drum motor died. I got away with it. It's working fine. Blimey. That's crazy. So yeah, let's eject that and crack on with everything else this deck needs. Next day, and interesting things. So the Hall effect, first of all cleaned up fine and worked fine for about 5 minutes, and then it died again. So I just left it on, left the machine on, and then tried it about half an hour later, and it was absolutely fine. Tried it again this morning, and again it ran for about a minute or two and then died, and I tried it a couple of minutes later and it was fine and it ran. Tried it again tonight, and it has started up and it's been absolutely solid since. So I am very tempted to change that Hall effect device. It's not going to be reliable. I can't trust it. I've got plenty, so let's do it. Let's just get it swapped. Now, my thinking of actually doing this, or the way I'm going to do this, is I'm going to drop the drum out. I'm going to do it properly. I'm not going to do the bodgy way. But what I'm going to actually do is strip it down first. So take off the upper drum so I can, because I'll need to resurface that. That is pretty worn. Take the heads off, and then drop the whole lot out. I'll resurface the lower drum because that will be pretty shiny as well. Might as well do a proper job. Change the Hall effect. Job will be a good one. Now, the other thing I've been looking at is I did check that guide, and it's debatable whether it has been adjusted. I didn't feel any sort of resistance from the sealant there. It didn't crack or anything when I turned it, so I don't know, maybe it has been fiddled with. It's back where it was pretty much. But what I noticed, the more I play this, is what's going on around the pinch roller. Take up seems a little bit on the low side, but I think that's okay. But yeah, can you see what's happening? It's wandering down the capstan, so the pinch roller is decidedly not well. It's just pushing it out. Yeah, and I get a picture for a while, it disappears now. So that pinch roller is not happy. There's the image. So you see you've got the line there at the bottom. But that will disappear sometimes, and other times we just totally lose lock. If I pause it, start it again, and then it creeps up from the bottom, that's as the, yeah, and now the pinch roller's really doing bad things to the tape. I don't quite make out, but it is starting to, you can hear it trying to crinkle the tape. So I think what I'd like to do is, before I do anything else, is resurface the pinch roller. Noel Higgins has a brilliant way of doing this, actually, using a Dremel, and I need to kit myself up to do that. I want to try that and just see how well it does, but in the meantime I'm just going to use Rubber Renue. The capstan actually looks really clean and very, very good. You can actually see where the tape's marked at the bottom there. See where it's marked the bottom bit, whereas on the entry it's fine. So it's obviously been pushing down there for a while, and it's obviously pushing far too much now, and it's losing control pulses. So I also have to remind myself to demagnetize the ace head as well. So I'll do that. And then we'll turn our attention to the reel tables. Now, I don't think there's anything actually wrong with these, but I want to take it apart anyway, or take it out, at least take it out, and clean up whatever it is that's been sprayed on this. So yeah, I'll get and do that as well. We'll do that during the course of the video. So yeah, let's have a look at this pinch roller first and just see if we can get some life out of it. I think I've got a couple more left, sort of good old ones. Bearings wise, it's running well, but it's just so shiny. So yeah, let's just whip this off. So it's the newest style as well, so it'll have the deeper spring. That it's got a mark on it as well by the looks. So yeah, I'll give this a clean and we'll take it from there. Okay, this is a bit weird. You can probably make out there is a bit of a shiny bit just there, or different consistency of rubber, and you can also see marks where the tape's been, and there's also it's almost like a little bulge there. Quite what's happened. So I've concentrated on there, to be honest, a bit, which I don't like to do. I like to be uniform with these because obviously they need to be uniform. But I have a feeling this pinch roller is no good. I'm going to put it back in and see, but I wouldn't be surprised. This is just too far gone. The rubber's too far gone. Dremeling it probably would be the way to go because you'll get it uniform. I mean, obviously you're going to take a little bit off the diameter, but that should be fine. So, you know, obviously recycle it, but yeah, I have a feeling this might be a little bit too far gone to be any good after rubber renewing it. So anyway, let's put it back in. There we go. So I had to put the camera down because obviously handheld, and I need two fingers, two hands. So one to keep this down, to stop the spring. Well, make sure the spring stays located, and then another one to push the clip back on. So yeah, okay. Well, let's give it a try. I'm not holding my breath on this. Yeah, no, it's worse. It's actually worse. That's just totally... I mean, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky to do, but I think that could be brought back. But at the moment, that is no good. So let's take that off. And I'll try and find another one. Okay, so I put another one on. I had no idea how good this one is, but we'll give it a go. It looks okay. I've given it a bit of Rubber Renue on it just to tidy it up. Is that any better? I think so. Doesn't seem to be wandering. It's a little bit... You can still see it sort of creeping up from the bottom there. Oh, it's tracking. Yeah, see, it's not quite right. But, yeah, maybe there has been a bit of adjustment on that. Well, what's the sound like? That's usually a good indication, isn't it? This isn't hi-fi. Yeah, you can just see it trying to creep up at the bottom there, but it's... I think we might be okay. Okay, well, let's go with this pinch roller for now. And I think what we need to do is sort out this drum. Change the Hall effect. Yeah, of course it's perfect now, isn't it? But anyway, I'm going to change it, like I say. I just don't trust it. And yeah, we'll be good to go. Let's crack on. So when I think about it, I'm gonna clean the ace head and give it a demagnetize. Clean the caps down as well. And obviously not getting it anywhere near the drum as such. But yeah, it's a bit mucky. So it's certainly worth doing, and get the demagnetizer, so proper jobby. Get these heads off and the upper drum. Take the fan off first, and then to get this connector free. This can be a pain. I've said about these before. The latching can be a bit tricky. Let's see if I can get a plectrum to just unlatch. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, just unlatching the connector. It's tricky, you know, and just a bit of pressure or just getting that plectrum in there just helped sort of move it and unlatch it. So that's good. So next thing is to take off the guides. Now, in theory, it'd be nice to remove these, but in practice, and yeah, they're easy enough to realign. Whoops. But yeah. I leave them on, and it's fine. So undo 2 screws on the top. Like so. And then we need to undo the Allen screw. Okay, so 2.4 mil. Should be able to lift that off. I'm going to take off the top transformer. So first of all, got to unsolder the risers that come up from the AF heads. Got some new wick. That other stuff, that was the end of my good roll. So I've got this stuff which seems to be okay. .9 mil Allen key. Of course, I'm going to need the iron because I need to get the other leads off. That one. Oh no, I thought I hadn't freed it off. So the coils look pretty good. The glue can fail, causing the coils to start to foul everything. So I can't remember what these are. Yeah, they're the same, 1.9. And are usually very, very tight. They always also use 4. Just oh, that one's not so bad. Super. Okay, so let's get 2 out. And come with washers on. Yeah, never too sure why Sony decided to put the extra. I can't really see the point. it's not like there's much more mechanical strain just because there's a thing on the top. But that one goes in there. And that one goes in there. Then got the iron hot. So we've got A, channel A, white, so white wire, and then B, and then just put these, tighten these up, and it'll free the disc. So just to the point of where it starts to make contact. Tighten the other one up so it makes contact. I think that's actually, yeah, that's come free. Yeah, that's free. So let's wind them back out a little way. And then let's get it so the chips are well away from everything as much as possible. And I should be able to lift this off now. And I'll put those over in a safe place. There we go. So that's looking good. So you see the pickups for positioning. In fact, you can't see this one. Switching. So yeah, this is now in a state. I think I need to just remove the cable management off the back because it will just get in the way a bit. Let's turn the deck over and free off all the loom and drop the drum. Let's crack on. So you join me getting to the SS board. I had to think which way I do it or access it when I just want to unplug the motors, and the FG, and it is from the top, so screw missing at the back here as well, and mismatched screws, of course, and I think from memory, servo, I think it's that one. I think it is that one. And it's not easy to get it all out. It's caught. I don't want to pull it any harder than I need to. There we go. So yeah, there's a little twist bits, plastic thingies. So that's that one, and then there's that one. I think it's that one. Maybe not. Did I unplug the right one? I might not have actually. Yeah. So it's actually the connector next to it. That I think's for the capstan. Unplug that from there. And then carefully feed that through. And really tricky. I don't really want to mess up the rest of the loom, but a bit tricky to get what you need out of it. This one seems particularly tight on the the loom going through. Okay, so that's that. So I need to just get the boards put back into sort of a safe place, because obviously the machine's going to be upside down. So and I did just pull out, so if you pull out the cable from the cable management there, you can actually swing the board right the way out the way, the tuning board. So which is quite handy for this. Okay, so that's that. Let's get them so they're not going to foul anything too much. Okay. And there we have it. So here's the right screwdriver. Oh, try not to drop it. I don't know how much of this you'll get to see. But basically, I've lifted the whole machine up. My hand is underneath. Oh, quite anticipating that coming off like that. Take the washer out as well. Need the washers. Don't lose them. Oops. And the board is going to keep trying to close on me. But by holding the drum from the top, just means I can put a little bit more pressure on without it. Well, it's just more efficient. I can more efficiently get these out. I'm also trying to fly off, which is not unusual, especially with the magnetize. The magnetization of the screwdriver sort of works for and against you in equal measures. Okay, so let's drop this out. Board getting in the way again. And I should be able to lift the machine. And we have a drum. Okay, so to be fair, there is still a gap there. That's actually really very good. What is this one? Yeah, this is weird. I have some gap there, but a lot of wear at the top. So it is going to need a resurface. It's just transformer coils look good. It just seems a bit of a shame because I haven't got the cushioning. Isn't actually too bad. Very mucky, of course, but yeah, it needs to be resurfaced. But the lower doesn't. The lower is absolutely fine. Even right the way down. That's all. There's a good amount left on that. It's almost like this is a slightly softer alloy. Maybe that was the case. The lower seems a lot better. So obviously I'll give this a jolly good clean, and we also need to change the Hall effect. Okay, so I'll get something. I don't really like using pliers. But the good thing about it being out of the deck is it can actually get hold of the magnet assembly. Yeah, that's actually come off really tidily. I've lost my spanner. I don't know what I've done with it. A spanner specifically for doing this. Little bits of tape as well. Random bits of tape. There we go. Just couldn't get the washer off. And I should then be able to there we go. These can sometimes be stuck as well, and there is also another washer you've got to watch out for on the bottom. Sometimes it gets stuck in there, sometimes it's there. Either way, just don't lose it. And yeah, so I now need to remove the motor driver. For once, the screws aren't, well, that screw wasn't too tight. And is it glued? They usually are glued. Yeah, a little bit. I have had it with the glues. you sort of distort the plastic because the metal, sorry, because the glue's so tight. It's a job to free off. So I twist them. I twist them slightly and just to free off the glue. But this is fine. So there's the bottom. So you can see where all the wiring for the head transformers comes through. An additional one there. So obviously this caters for different models. But yeah, that's quite cool. So next thing now is to desolder the Hall of Facts. I don't know quite what's happened here because it's all sort of what was used to clean them, clean the glue off in the first place. It doesn't seem like it's isopropyl. So you can see well, you can see it, there's the dot on the top there. Super. And the good thing about doing this is you can really get all the rest of the glue out. So that's what I'm going to do next. But yeah, it's like all this residue everywhere. So I wonder if it was acetone or something. That is not bad at all. There's still a bit of glue there. Any residue from whatever it was used to clean this before, because it's gone everywhere. I don't know what it will do to the coils. I tried to keep the isopropyl away from the coils, just so it doesn't cause problems over time. So new Hall effect, dot on the top. So we are all good to go, and I've sort of displayed the legs. I don't know how well I've done that, but anyway, we'll give it a go. So they've gone through okay, a little bit of a wiggle, but and then just work out where that's going to be positioned. And just so it's right, it's going to push the leads back through a little bit. Shouldn't need to trim these. Getting so they're sort of all uniform length. That's it. That's sitting correctly now. That's it. So that's sitting nice and tight into plastic. So it's not rising up at all. And soldering's pretty good. So let's clean off that extra bit of flux so it's nice. Super. So that is looking pretty good. Nice and flush. So we can now put this back onto the bottom of the drum. There has been mention of changing these caps. I've never done them, to be honest. I think I've had one where when it was sort of checking them that was a little bit out of tolerance, but I tend to find these are very reliable, so I'm not going to worry too much about those. But yeah, that's looking good. So drum, I've given it a clean. The air cushion is really good. I mean, this has lasted really well, and so I've given it a jolly good clean. I'm happy with that. So let's put this back together. Get the cable back in the cable management. Sort of put it down as sort of offering this up. So there's no play. Extra cable. There we go. It's nice and tight. So this should be ready to reassemble. So I'm going to put just the tiniest amount of oil on the bearings. And obviously it's just doing the lower ones, but that's no bad thing. So I think that's just got in there. Just put a little bit more. I only want to put a smear really, but when the washer goes on it'll help. There, that's plenty actually. Lovely. Let's sorry, wrong washer. So washer, and then magnets, magnet assembly, then washer, then the nuts. I'm sort of amazed how much I can tighten that. Not too tight. Okay, so that is, just being careful not to contaminate it, but that's great. That's really, really good. So I need to resurface the upper drum, but I'm not going to do that yet. I want to get the lower drum back in and get the heads installed, and then we should be somewhere near. Let's crack on. Okay, so I'm going to do it the same way but in reverse as I took the drum out. I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see, but I'll do my best. So I'd like to give this a little bit more, because this is not long enough really. There must be a little bit more play in that lead that I can offer. You can see where it's been yanked off in the past. So put some gloves on as well. Just battling with the connector for the top, the AFM. I had to lift the whole lot up, which you won't have seen, but yeah. So washer, screw, pretty much once one is in, you don't have to worry too much then about the drum going adrift. That is very annoying, that board. Super. Okay, so let's reroute the cabling again. Okay, I think that's good. Tempted just to put a screw in, just so I'm not fighting with this board when I turn it back over. Doesn't need to be tight, just needs to be out of the way. Okay. So pull these cables through and these are under the panel. Where are we? Needs to go not a huge amount of space. I'm just gonna take out tuner panel, I think, again, and lift the whole check, and I should be able to pass these through now, because the way it lifts up, it gives you a lot more space. That was hard work. So cables have gone the wrong side of cable management. Just put the cable management back. Super. Probably didn't say too much of that, but that's it. Sort of back to how it was before. That's the cable management I was talking about there. So just sort of curl it back round. Make sure the cables are all tidy. It's quite a loom. Really is. So let's get these heads back on, I suppose. So I'm going to need the iron for that, but yeah, let's crack on. Okay, so just checking, have we got any contamination around the drum while it's still all free. Head disc. Where are we? That's it. So, what do I do with the Allen key? There it is. I'll just put these, sort of park them almost. Alright, so let's just press these down. There we go, that's landed quite nicely. Magic. Okay. There we go. A bit blobby. There we go. Lovely. That's looking pretty good. So, next thing is, so yeah, white to A. And then we've got to put this on. So white. And my favourite trick is actually knocking these risers, causing them to not locate properly, but I've been careful this time somehow. Quite how that happened. Get them tight, and then we should be good. I think we can just solder these. And one thing Will does, actually, I was going to do that on this actually, was put a baffle, so if there's any splatters of flux, it doesn't go near the head chips. I've never had a problem, but it's a blinking good idea. So it's Will over at Beastmatch Rebel Outpost, and yeah, I need to be doing that. because it would be tragic to have some flux get on the head chip. It's game over then. So I do like that method. So I need to be doing that, but that is for another time. It is actually alright. It looks like there's a solder splatter. There is. It's incorporated into that rather than try and get rid of it. There we go. Lovely. So that's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so next thing is to resurface this upper drum. And yeah, probably won't show, well, I might show some of it. So yeah, anyway, let's crack on. Okay, so let's get this drum sorted. So I'm just being careful not to touch the coils in any way, shape or form. Don't want to disturb those at all. I've got gloves on, but I'm very much of the opinion even just the oils on your fingers are enough to actually cause issues with the coils as they get older. Cause problems with the glue. I'm just trying to do it as even as possible over the whole of the tape path. It's looking pretty good. Some swirling going on there. I'll just put the finger on it. Just did what I said not to do. So it's not the end of the world, but just avoid it. Right, okay. Silver just to help clean off any residue, which will probably be quite a lot. And clean cloth. And then isopropyl. Make sure the back isn't contaminated. Don't get any drum distortion. That's pretty good. Excellent. So let's get that put back in the deck. Okay, so and we'll just put the screws in just loose at the moment. Find screwdriver, there we go. Because the Allen key will, or Allen screw will pull this back into its correct orientation. And do that with my fingers. I was just a bit worried about it. I wanted to cross its thread. There we go, that's tight. Lovely. And then do up those screws on the top. Lovely. Plug in the AFM. And let's just get that back in as well, which I've messed up already. Super. Then the fan. Super. And then the guides. I don't mess about with these too much because they're a bit fragile. I do like to try and get them clean. There we go. And clean the dust off these while I'm in there. Noticing bits of tape residue. I think we're pretty good. Okay, lovely. Let's give that ace head another quick clean. Super. Okay, so yeah, I need to get all of this side sorted. Yeah, I need to dust it out as well, so I'll get and do that, get that back together, and we'll give it a test. Then we need to do the real table. So yeah, let's crack on. It's all back together, and even match the screw colours. So green's underneath, red's on top, so that's cool. The old Hall effect, bless it. And I think what I'm going to do next, I was going to try it, but I think I want to take out this real table and just have a look, see what's going on there. So yeah, I just think while I've got it all apart, I might as well just go the extra bit and have a look at that. So yeah, let's crack on with that. So let's take out this real table. I've already taken out the 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and should just be able to lift this up, pull it out, and then what I usually do, there's a connector at the end, which you can't really see, but there it is, and you can just flip it over and take a look. And to be fair, it actually looks okay. The real motor seems fine. The plastic in the bottom of the motor can come adrift, and it moves about inside the brass, or it slips basically. I think it's with expansion and contraction. If it's been in like an attic or something especially, seems to make it happen. But the plastic will eventually just come adrift and cause the whole motor, the flywheel, to hit the coils. So you just push it back in. I've done a video on this. Push it back in, and I use some Aldite. Just fit it to the top with Aldite, and that seems to solve it. So yeah, that's certainly worth knowing, because it can be a bit sort of like, what am I supposed to do with this? What's going on? That's all it is, that bit of plastic underneath. But it is fairly covered in something, spray grease of some description. Luckily it hasn't got into the back tension band, which is good. But there's quite a bit over the idler and around the spools, so I'll clean all that up. Plastics look good, so I'm happy just to give it a good clean up and put it back together, and we'll give it a test, I suppose. Also managed to find enough slack. There's actually quite a bit further up through the deck, so this goes through here, through that cable management, the same cable management as the head motor went, and yeah, that's much better. There's a lot less strain on it now. It's obviously been apart before and somebody's done some work on it, and just on reassembly had pulled the cable through a bit far, so it was causing it problems. I mean, it's okay as long as you don't open it too quickly and rip it out like had happened, but yeah, that's all good as well. Still a bit confused what that was all about, but anyway, I've cleaned it up. So reassembly is the reverse of taking it apart, so you just have to watch this. So to make sure that goes in its gap first, well, under there, then through the gap, drop it down, and then make sure this bit goes over the little, you could describe it, pin, and for some reason that's not quite aligning. Oh, it's the cable's a bit tight here as well. It's not quite allowing it to sit properly. There we go. Just giving it a jiggle. You can feel when it's sort of properly down. You don't want to be putting the screws in with it sort of not quite seated correctly, because you're trapping something. So yeah, that's looking good. Soon find out, no doubt. Just realised I've been sort of pottering around with this and I didn't record any of it. So basically what I've done, like I say, the video board, it's obviously had some sort of colour fault or video fault, because there's quite a lot of work done on that board. Quite messy soldering, so I have sort of cleaned that up, and I cleaned off the flux as well, although it looks as if isopropyl has been used on it, so it's a bit tacky. So I've done that. I've strengthened the output sockets at the back. I have taken the front off. I've cleaned the flaps. I've cleaned the display. I wondered how bad it was going to be actually if it was pretty cloudy. It's not. It is just a bad display, unsurprisingly. What else have I done? Just tidied it up really. So cleaned the back sockets. Just the usual run-of-the-mill stuff that I do with these machines, just to make them just that bit nicer. So, moment of truth. I haven't tried this yet, so hopefully we'll be all right. The clock does seem to be waking up a little bit more, I have to say. Every time I power it on, it seems just that tiny bit brighter. I don't know. Okay, so let's try this cassette first of all. And well, that's actually not bad. Tracking furthest left, tracking furthest right. We've still got that line coming up. I'm not convinced that pinch roll is any good, and I think I'm gonna have to try and see it's a bit all over the place. I mean, otherwise it seems absolutely fine. Yeah, I can see the tape, it's being pulled down slightly. You can quite make that out. So that is actually really frustrating because otherwise this machine is good. I just need a decent pinch roller. And this is the problem with these machines now. They're just getting so I mean, you can't get pinch rollers for them, they've long since gone, and I am out of decent pinch rollers now. I had some, you know, liberated from scrap machines. I used to buy machines for scrap, and of course it's even getting difficult to do that now. I mean, you can buy a scrap machine off eBay for 50 or 100 quid, you know, and they go for quite a lot of money, and not guarantee the pinch roller's any good. So what do you do? But I will have to have a look and see what I can come up with. It does seem to be that bottom edge there that, see, nothing has been fiddled with. Oh, that does look dodgy. That definitely has. Let's just get this bit of metal on there. Yeah, that has. Oh, that's interesting. Whoops. It's coming in the bottom. Yeah, okay, so, well, that's improved it. Oh, maybe I'm being a bit hard on that pinch roll. Oh, okay. Well, that might have fixed it. Now, what I really need to do is get the scope on it and just check it. But that does seem. And I have to say, let me just do a capture. I'm not convinced. I still think that pinch roller is not great. But start a capture. There we go. But yeah, so tracking center. You can just see there's a little bit of fluctuation going on. Furthest right, see it come in the bottom there. Furthest left, and you get the loss of lock. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm tempted to try VU meters work, incidentally. I'm tempted to try hi-fi cassette. Let me just see if I can find one. I could just try my colour bars one, to be fair. Ugh. Okay. To be fair, I've already got bits of mess coming off their heads. Okay, so I am going to mute that. I'm going to leave this here now. I probably will feature this in an update video, but I want to run it now. And just see how we get on with it, see how that pinch roller goes, and then do some fine adjustments if need be. It has been fiddled with. I'm a bit disappointed in that, but it doesn't look as if it's by much. It looks like, because that one that I thought had been fiddled with, I don't think it has, but that one definitely has, because you can see the damage to the top of the screw. And I just wonder if whoever it was fiddling about with this saw this was all over the place with that other pinch roller, which is just terrible, and tried to adjust it out, and of course, yeah, it's game over really, and ended up in a huge mess. So yeah, but it is working, which is great. Really pleased with the outcome. Yeah, I'll just have to see how it goes. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. We got it going, and completely got it going really. It's just really those fine little points and the final adjustments and that pinch roller. I just wish there's a way they could be manufactured, because well, I was going to say they're not that complex, but I suppose they are. But anyway, with that, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you in another video. Bye for now.